Ein herzlich willkommen zurück. Wir haben im letzten Part hier viel erfahren. George hat uns was von sich erzählt, dann kam Emily und dann wieder diese ätzende Musik. Aber egal. Wir wollen und sollen jetzt zum Dings. Ja. Sagt mal schnell. Zum Hotel. Wir müssen uns natürlich ein bisschen beeilen, weil mitten in der Nacht tauchen dann diese super großen Hunde auf und denen möchte ich nicht begegnen. Finde ich schon mal in meinem Blind Let's Play. Ja, wo lang? Wir sind jetzt hier, wir müssen also runter, ne? Ah, wir müssen einfach hier so runter. Das ist nicht wahr. Gut. Heißt also, wir müssen hier lang. Na, dann hoffe ich doch mal. Wow. Einfach geradeaus. Na. Okay, anders hinsetzen, dann klappt es schon. Einfach geradeaus? Das glaube ich nicht. Hä? Das kann ich mir nicht vorstellen, wenn wir nur geradeaus müssen. Ja, okay, ja. In Wirklichkeit würde ich natürlich bremsen. Ja, wollte ich gerade sagen. Wir müssen nämlich zurück und dann hier lang gehen, ne? Ja. Hier dann zurück und dann nach rechts. 1, 2, ja. Genau, wir müssen dann zurück. Ja. Mann. Ja, möchtest du reden?
How many years ago was it now? That multiple homicide of young girls in that college town in Illinois. All the victims were cut open from the throat to the crotch. Ripped right open. During the autopsy, a second stomach was found inside the first victim's body. Of course, she didn't naturally grow a second stomach. One of the stomachs belonged to someone else. As more victims piled up, there was one with 2 hearts, one with 2 livers, 4 lungs. Different organs each time.
Of course, those extra organs didn't do the girls much good, right, Zach?
And they say too much is never enough. In the end, we arrested a professor at the men's school. They found the body of his daughter, dead and the missing organs at his house. Remember what he said when we took him in? I was ordered to restore those deformed bodies back to normal. And remember who he said ordered him? An alien. Well, of course we couldn't arrest an alien, so we arrested the professor instead. Serial killers can't be caught by logic and common sense. I learned this the hard way. That first case taught me that. Since then, these cases just keep getting more and more complicated. It's a tough job. I thought getting experience while I was young would make the job easier.
Okay, fertig? Gut. Ich wollte ihn ausreden lassen. Wow. Die wollte das ja gar nicht so lange dauert. Also, wenn ich bedenke, dass das echt lange gedauert hat beim ersten Let's Play. Also beim Blind Let's Play, also da ist beständig verfahren. Okay, jetzt darf ich wieder mal X drücken oder so. Nachdenken, was alles geschehen ist. Ach du Scheiße, mein Gedächtnis. Ist doch für ein Arsch. Ihr könnt ein bisschen mitraten, ne? Das macht das Spiel nämlich so aus. Ich meine, ihr könnt mir jetzt nicht Bescheid sagen. Aber bei so einem Blind Let's Play könnte man das, aber das würde zu ja. Die Zeit läuft schnell ab.
Zach, let's go over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Hey, was war denn das? Jo, boah, die Tat war gerade jetzt geschehen.
Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
Huh. Weiß es doch nicht. Ah, warte mal. Kissen, ne?
That's right. Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Casey's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
Schritte von Stiefeln, würde ich sagen. Ne, Schritte von Stiefel, hat er doch gesagt, oder? Ja.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Nein.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession. The man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow. Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan. Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly, baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child. I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember our conversation with Emily? She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. I hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there! Come on, please! Thomas! 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 Thomas!
Oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, war das war wieder ein Part, ey. Wo es kaum zu Wort kam. Aber hier an dieser Stelle werde ich es ausmachen, meine Shadows. Wir hören uns dann im nächsten Part wieder. Ich bedanke mich wie immer an dieser Stelle, dass ihr bis hierhin zugeschaut habt. Wow. Ui, 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 was soll ich sagen? Ich muss das Ganze ein bisschen absacken lassen. Naja. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Euer Shadow. Ich mache noch ein Stückchen weiter. Mal gucken, wie viel Geld. Genau. Gut. Aber jetzt wirklich. Bis zum nächsten Mal.